Brazil. Just the name makes you think of sunny beaches, amazing rainforests, and the awesome beat of samba music. It's a place where old meets new, and nature puts on a big show. From the busy streets of Sao Paulo to the calm Amazon River, Brazil is a country that wakes you up and makes you feel alive. Imagine a country even bigger than the whole United States, except Alaska and Hawaii. A place where the Amazon rainforest helps the whole planet breathe. The huge Amazon River, like a giant silver snake, flows through the jungle, filled with amazing creatures. Brazil is super rich in nature, with all sorts of landscapes, from dry plains to misty mountains. But Brazil is more than just pretty. It has a really interesting history and a lively culture. To really get Brazil, you have to explore its history, culture, and people. It's a trip that will take you from old cobblestone streets to the deep Amazon, and it will change you forever. Brazil's history is like a quilt made up of many different cultures. It starts with the native people who lived there for a long time, their lives connected to nature. Then in the 1500s, the Portuguese arrived, and that changed everything. They brought their language, their religion, and their desire to explore. They built towns along the coast and slowly moved inland. When gold and diamonds were found in the 1700s, tons of people moved to Brazil, which changed its economy and society. But this wasn't all good. Many native people died from diseases or lost their homes, and millions of Africans were brought to Brazil as slaves to work. It took a long time, but in 1822, Brazil became independent from Portugal. Then, in 1889, they got rid of the king and became a republic. The 1900s were a time of big changes for Brazil, some good and some bad. Today, Brazil is a democracy, working to make a better future for everyone. Brazilian culture is a cool mix of native traditions, European styles, and African rhythms. You can see this mix in everything from its music and dancing to its food and art. Music is like Brazil's heartbeat, something that brings everyone together. From the exciting samba to the smooth bossa nova, Brazilian music is all about celebrating life. And then there's Carnival. It's a huge party with bright colors, music, and dancing that takes over cities like Rio de Janeiro and Salvador. Brazilian food is just as exciting, a mix of flavors that shows the country's history. From feijoada, a black bean stew, to moqueca, a seafood stew, Brazilian food is delicious. And don't forget coffee. Brazil grows more coffee than anyone else, and Brazilians love their coffee. You'll see coffee shops everywhere. The real Brazil is its people, who are warm and friendly and love life. Brazilians come from all sorts of backgrounds, showing the country's long and interesting history. From the native people of the Amazon to the families of Europeans and Africans, Brazil is a mix of many cultures. Family is super important in Brazil, and families often live close to each other and help each other out. Brazilians are also known for their happy spirit even when things are tough. Whether they're dancing the samba, cheering for their soccer team, or just hanging out with friends and family, Brazilians enjoy life. Brazil's money is called the real. They speak Portuguese, the language of the Portuguese who used to rule Brazil. But you'll also hear other languages, especially native languages, which shows how many different cultures are in Brazil. Brazil is hard to describe with just a few words. It's a place of opposites, where old and new are side by side, where beautiful nature and big cities meet. It's a country that will make you think, wake up your senses, and steal your heart.